Peace out, hearts. What's up, y'all? Live podcast, 1 p.m. in the afternoon. This is like a shotgun podcast. I decided to do this at the last second, man. I was talking on Twitter to a couple guys, man. So we'll unravel that podcast. That topic in a second. But I just want to let everyone know that I'm fine. After that game that I played against Tony Crow and stuff like that. I was out. Obviously I'm out of shape. But I'll devote a whole podcast to that soon, man. But just want to let everyone know everything is good. We had a great time over there in Atlantic City with nothing but Knicks, and just ready to get this over with, man. We're gonna do a full in depth reaction thing a little bit later today with State on Dire State of Mind. So tune in for that, probably around 9 p.m. or so. So definitely tune in for that, man. So anyway, I just want to unravel this rumor here. So this, sources, right? People like to cite sources and stuff like that. So I put WFAN on my tagline, right? But is it really a WFAN source? According to this guy, he said he heard this rumor from WFAN. So I just told my kids not to not to act up, right? So I gotta yell at them right now. Listen, didn't I tell you guys? Yeah, sorry about that, man. I had to yell at my kids one good time. Hope that didn't make the the pod, but anyway, here we go. The Knicks have some rumors here. This is from according to Ron from Owings Mills. That's Spreewell fan 8. That's my source. His source. He said he heard it from WFAN. That's good enough for me because where the hell did they get their information from? They cite sources and they'll tell you where they got it from. I've seen people like as soon as me and State did a podcast, I heard like the next day, oh yeah, sources say that this is happening. No, it's not. Me and State was talking about that last night. So the source was actually our podcast. So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But anyway, this is an interesting thing here. So there are rumors of Knicks doing a Randall Brunson signing trade. So I mean that kind of blows my mind because I don't think anybody's really talking about that. They're talking about, oh, we need to get Brunson. We're talking about the cap space and paying the 25 mil to get the cap space ready to sign Brunson. If we do that, I think that's a bad idea because now you're talking about Julius Randle, Brunson, RJ. I don't see no number one guy. I just see three guys, that are just right on top of each other, and they all look the same. All these guys look the same. Shout out to Spider Man and the Spider Man meme. I got it right here. So this is basically it. That's one of those guys is Brunson, one of those guys is RJ, and one of those guys is Randall. That's not gonna work. So if you're gonna get Brunson here, then we need to get rid of somebody. Obviously, it's Julius Randle. So now Julius Randle's from Dallas, right? So it works. Take your family out to Dallas and enjoy that time, man. Get away from all the pressure and then the fans that you told us to thumbs down and you told us to shut the fuck up and all this other stuff. Then take your ass back to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Take your family over there and enjoy your life. You're a millionaire, you're making all this money and stuff like that. We can't even drink your bathwater, man. So go over there and enjoy yourself in Dallas and go play in Luca's shadow. You got Spencer Dinwiddie over there too. You got your boy Rick Brunson. Excuse me, Reggie Bullock, and whoever else and also Christian Wood too. You got a nice little squad over there. Go over there, win a championship. Hopefully, we see you on the other end on the Eastern Conference, right? So anyway, that's great for Randall. I just painted the picture for Julius Randle. How does this work for the Knicks? Like I said, if we trade Julius Randle with the what he makes he's going to make close to $30 million, according to his trade kickers. I think he makes 21. Then he has a trade kicker that kicks in. They might give him about 25 million. So it works out money wise for Brunson and Julius Randle. So once you make that swap, now you still have the money, to add another player there. So I mean, this guy he adds, Fournier. Maybe you could trade Fournier and Noel in a sign and trade with Bradley Beal. We can also just get rid of some of the salary to add on Bradley to add Bradley Beal to the thing. Also, a guy like Zach LaVine is also a free agent. So Zach LaVine is another guy that will fit this team pretty good. I actually like Zach LaVine a little bit better playing against Brunson because it's a little mix. Zach LaVine has a little height to him. He's an open court player. Brunson is more of a slow down kind of guy, trailer kind of dude. So it kind of adds a different dynamic because I can see Zach LaVine and say like Obi Toppin on one end with RJ also. It adds like a little dynamic to the team. If you do Zach LaVine, Bradley Beal, that might appeal to Tom Thibodeau, slow it down, offense and whatever. But it really all depends what we're going to do. In this situation, there's plenty of situations that we'll probably talk about tonight. But just adding Bradley Beal or Zach LaVine, you can see how it could work. So I mean, that to me would be ideal. I just thought this was a great idea. I reiterated that to him on Twitter. Brunson, this, that, and the other, like, that's where you get it from. You got it from thing. So say I basically said the same thing I'm saying here. Like it's basically a home run. So I mean, this is Bradley Bill. I'm not really a fan of Bradley Bill because Bradley Bill has like the same Julius Randle pissy attitude kind of thing. You saw his body language. Also you talk about body language with Julius Randle. This guy had this, showed the same body language with his teammates. With his team, this team is not as good. So you think you're this, and you think your teammates are this. So why, you had this thing where why am I going to give all this effort where the rest of my team is trash? So like you, that means that you're one of those guys that want to go play with more all stars. So go find it. Go find it. That's why I would rather have Zach Levine because Zach Levine seems like a self-made guy. When he ended up in Chicago, developed his game on his own and became like a 30-point a game scorer in this NBA. So bringing him over here will give us that touch of a closer. Definitely a closer and a guy that can get up in the open court. We signed Sam Rick Brunson as a point guard, and now you have a little bit of a mix where you can play up and down and even do slow it down too. So I mean, it also leaves us open to possibly if we do, let's say if we do a trade, if we do like a trade, a signing trade with Chicago, send Fournier over there and this, that, and the other, then it still leaves cap space open to get like a what's it, what do you want to say, like Mo Bamba or maybe even a DeAndre Ayton, if you're talking about that. So I mean that just makes the team, it just gives the team so many options. So I mean it comes down to this too. Like Knicks fans, we get like we be getting abused about like, oh, Knicks fans thought this they could trade all these bums for this, bums for that. But hey, listen, you can see what Leon Rose did. The draft was basically the same thing, same Spider-Man meme, uh, situation where all the players basically look the same. All the players basically look the same. And what are we really doing here? Like if we was to draft somebody, it would have been somebody that Tom Thibodeau doesn't want to play. It would have been somebody that we have to develop and this, that, and the other. So, doing this route, deleting the pick and actually getting 3 extra picks for next year's draft, it makes a lot of sense because if you're going to get some of these guys, we might have to throw some of these picks up in there. So if we do throw some of those picks, we still have we basically have 11 picks, 11 first round picks over the next, what is it, 7 years, 6, 7 years. So that's incredible, man. And then also we have second round picks to go along with it too. So we have a lot of draft capital to add to these different things. So I mean, the first move is always like the shocker, but it's always the second move that's really gonna like be like the home run thing. Because like just to mention baseball, home run. Like the home run is more effective if there's more people on base, right? So the Knicks are basically just loading up the bases for their big move where they knock it out the park, and then we possibly can get some runs going on here. So anyway, this E-Root, man, I just want to go on really quick just to talk about that. Sorry about me yelling at my kids, man, because I did talk to them before, and then as soon as I get on, they're yelling at the top of their lungs, and they're probably gonna get in trouble as soon as I get off this thing. But I'll be gentle with them. So anyway, shout out to Cully, shout out to Joe Madden, content creators out there, Kevin BX, Manny Ramos. What you saying here? Yeah, Murray. We'll talk about Murray a little bit later. Once again, we're probably gonna go live at 9 p.m. To talk about the talk in full with State and possibly some other people that want to pop in. I really like to keep the podcast tight, but if people want to get on and start working the phone calls and stuff like that, we're gonna have a good time tonight. What else we got? Knicks will be 2026 champions. It's possible if all these moves come into play here. We might actually be talking about NBA Finals this year because Boston Celtics are not that sexy of a team or that hard to reach. I feel like we can beat them now with the current team that we have. Shout out to the Golden State Warriors with their shooters and stuff. But even then, we've beaten them during the regular season also. So a couple moves and we could be right there, man. Let me see here. Geraldine, shout out as always. Shout out to what's his name? Eddie G, the freaking Nick Zombie. Shout out to him. He hit me up a little earlier. I'm not sure if he's in the chat as well. But shout out to all these guys. What's up, nice? Salute to you guys. Pudge, what's good, Pudge? I know Pudge was all in the chat for those the Nothing But Knicks show this weekend. And we had a good time, man. Next year is gonna be a lot bigger, man. So tune in for what Sim has in store for us. Yeah, that's it, man. So I just want to say what's up to the chat. Thank you for tuning in, and for those that are going to catch it on the replay, just think about this rumor, man. I know, I got Bradley Beal here. I'm not a fan of Bradley Beal at all. Like I said, I would more like to go after Zach Levine in this situation. But the bread and butter of this whole conversation is swapping Brunson for Julius Randle. I think that's incredible because if we do that, then we still keep the cap space. And then we still got Fournier and guys that we can move and draft picks to add on to it to make a trade and still have the cap space available. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we can trade Fournier and Alex Burks, which doesn't sound too good, but then throw on 3 first round draft picks, and now you could possibly talk about doing something crazy, And we'll see what happens, man. We got a whole week to talk about it, but Ero out as I do. 4 fingers to the forehead, tuck in the thumb salute, and I see you guys on the next one. Once again, shout out to you guys. Pudge, man, you the man, Pudge. I can't wait to meet some of you guys, man. I did get to meet Kareem Grant. Hopefully he'll pop on a little bit later at 9 o'clock. I appreciate you guys, man. The Knicks community is incredible, man. I met a lot of great people this weekend, just hanging out and stuff, man. It's good stuff, man. So anyway, talk to you guys later. You out.